Hello and welcome to the Six Hockey Prospect Series, where we get the chance to sit down with some recently drafted players from the OHL Priority Selection. And Rain, this is a very exciting time in the lives of some special young men.
Oh, 100%. As we've seen the 15 rounds of the 2005 prospects go in the OHL draft, we're here with a recent draft pick of the Erie Otters. We're here with JJ Franceschetti. JJ, before we start things off, just want to ask you how you doing today and how you feeling?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm pretty excited about getting drafted to Erie, so yeah, no, I'm doing well. Excited to be on here.
So, can you take us through that draft day process? What was that like for you, not only on the day itself, but leading up to it? And then, what's it been like in the past couple weeks afterwards?
Yeah, so that Saturday morning, I actually had a workout with my trainer Mark McCoy, and that went well. I was also training with Andrew Wysick and Christian Lamanna that morning, so that was all good. Then basically I got home, I was eating lunch, and me and my mom were watching the draft on YouTube while my dad was out getting groceries. And then, when it came to that pick in the 8th round, I got an unknown call from Erie, and it ended up being Dave Brown, the GM. So I got the call, and my mom just got really excited because I told her it was a call from Erie. I thought I was getting drafted, so she went crazy, and even my siblings. And then my dad called me right away, and he was really excited and really proud of me. So it was really good experience.
Congratulations. It must be a huge honor to get drafted in the OHL. I know it must have been a goal for you for, since you've probably started your minor hockey career. So, have you talked to anyone in the Erie organization, and how has that been so far for you?
Yeah, so actually, right after I got drafted, a couple of minutes later, I got a ton of texts from all the staff. Chris Hartsburg, BJ Adams, Vince Lace, even player development Ryan Berard. So that was all really exciting, and it was really welcoming.
Yeah, it's a very crazy time for you, I'm sure. There's a lot going on, and I mean, I do want to mention the lead up to the OHL draft. You had spent some time in the GTHL, and then you went out to play with the Notre Dame Hounds in 2019-20. You were set to come back to the GTHL, but the season was unfortunately put on hold. Can you speak to the way that you developed your game, not only in the GTHL, but in that one season with the Notre Dame Hounds? I mean, they've produced some really good players over the years.
Yeah, well, I think playing minor hockey mostly with Peter Sarno, he always helped me develop, and he was a big part of my development playing with that Kings organization. He was a really good 4 years with them from Adam till minor bantam, and then I ended up making the move to play with the Notre Dame Hounds, bantam prep, and that was a great experience. The coaching there is it's amazing, and all the facilities they have to just develop your game and develop your character is great. So Notre Dame was a great experience, on and off the ice. Being in the dorms with all your teammates, it's great and it's fun. So yeah.
So, you talked about your move to Notre Dame and the program there. I wanted to ask you, what was the transition like to move away from home, and was it a little bit of a struggle, and what were some of the sacrifices that you had to make to make that move?
Yeah, so I mean, it was definitely a big transition, going away at 14, but um, I didn't really get too homesick. It was a really welcoming environment at Notre Dame, so it was a rather easy transition, and yeah, it was just I only have good things to say about that place.
Yeah, and I mean, at 14, you're doing that, and now you're gonna have the chance to do that again, most likely. Erie is a little bit farther from home. It's one of the farthest places away in the OHL. I do play a lot of their games along the border there. So, how do you think you're prepared, or do you think that your time spent with Notre Dame has helped you get ready for this next step in your hockey career?
Yeah, I think it has. I think Notre Dame really helped me mature as a person and really just improve my character. When you're not around your parents or family and you're in that environment where it's all on your responsibility to get your schoolwork done and basically just put the extra time in the gym and basically just get better. It's all on you there. So that really helped me develop on and off the ice.
There's a lot of opportunities there, a lot of experiences that I'm sure you're very, very fortunate that you got to go through. But this is a new experience. You have the opportunity to play with Erie at some point in the next couple of years. So what have you done to try to evolve your game? Because these boys, they're a little bit older than you, they're a little bit bigger than you, a little bit stronger than you. So you have to try to make up that ground somehow. How have you spent your time trying to prepare for the next level?
Yeah, I think just being consistent with my training and being consistent with your work ethic, that's the biggest thing, because as long as you put the work in every day, it's just really just going to accumulate and you're just going to keep getting better. So I think obviously I'm a bit undersized, but I do make up for that with basically just the compete I bring, and also my speed helps. So size isn't a big thing for me when I'm transitioning to the next level, but I think I have some of the tools that will help me.
Yeah, and unfortunately, you're going to come back to the GTHL. That doesn't happen, but you've got to spend your time away from the ice somehow. How have you been doing that? Have you, found yourself, I don't know, sticking to video games occasionally, or has it been, pretty exclusively working out on hockey-related things?
Yeah, I'm not a big video game guy. I play once in a while. I like to play NHL and games like that, but yeah, most of my time is spent working out. Like off-ice shooting, just stuff like that. It's just stuff that I really like to do. And then obviously the recovery aspect is definitely huge also, and so that's something that I focused on a lot, whether it's just toning it down or reading a book that can end up helping your performance, meditation and just stuff like that. I find it really helps, and it's really just like super mindful stuff that I like to do.
Growing up, who was your favorite NHL team, and who do you model your game after?
Yeah, so my favorite NHL team is Boston Bruins. I've liked them for my whole life. I remember going to the 2011 banner racing in Boston. I went to that, and it was a great experience. And yeah, I just been a Bruins fan my whole life. So my favorite player is also Brad Marchand.
What a player.
Yeah.
I love him, man.
Yeah, a little bit undersized. He's got a lot of compete to him as well. How do you become a Bruins fan? Is that something that runs in the family? Is that something passed down? Or did you just decide, you know what, they're a really good team. I think I'd like to cheer for them?
Yeah, no, so basically just growing up, like my dad was always a big Bruins fan. So that's just how I became a Bruins fan, and it's just something that's stuck with me until today, and I think I'll be a Bruins fan for my whole life, hopefully. So
was it a little heartbreaking to see New York just kick the living crap out of them in the playoff series there, or are you rooting for Tampa in Game 7 tomorrow? How you feeling?
Well, I think every time like the Bruins get like knocked out or something, I just remind myself that the Leafs haven't won in 67 years. So
let's go. That's the best answer I've heard all day, man. That was awesome. Yeah, the Leafs are a poverty franchise. I get it. Yeah, 100%.
As long as I'm not a Leaf fan, it's okay.
Exactly. See, you hear that? He gets it.
I do hear that, and it hurts, JJ. It hurts a lot. All right, man. At least you have a cup in your lifetime. All right. Your dad's probably got a couple in his lifetime as well. Me and my dad, no such luck. I mean, but it's not about the success of the NHL players when it comes down to it. We're interviewing you. So as you move forward, what are your goals? I mean, do you expect to win the Memorial Cup someday with the Erie Otters? I know that's probably what everyone thinks about, but is it bigger than that?
Yeah. So I think soon in my career, I want to play for Erie. So I think a big goal for me and just playing with that team is to just be successful, whether it's winning the OHL championship or winning Memorial Cup. Those are two obviously huge feats. So I think either one of those or both, so those would be huge things to achieve.
JJ, I appreciate you taking the time to speak with us today. I got one more question for you, if you don't mind. I wanted to ask you about the off season, and we touched on it a little bit on some of the things you wanted to work on. But what are your plans for next season? Whether it's with Erie or whether it's not. Do you plan on playing midget or going back to Notre Dame? How do you see next season playing out for you?
Yeah, obviously, I think my goal is to make Erie and sign with them. Obviously, that's not in my control, so I'm not sure what team I'm going to play on next year regardless. Right now I'm just focusing on developing this offseason and having a ton of development and going into whatever team I play with and just showing them what I got and just aiming to help them as much as I can, whichever team I play on.
And controlling what you can control is an important mentality, especially for a young player. JJ, we really appreciate you taking some time to answer some questions with us, man. Thanks again.
Thanks for having me.
For Liam Crothers, Rain Hernandez, and the Six Hockey, this has been an interview with recent Erie Otters draftee JJ Franceschetti. And until next time, we'll see you then.